Sheep.
What?
I said take off the sheep. What am I looking at? I don't even know what I'm looking at. Might as well know.
Every time, just the straight ahead, I think. Every time I wear the sweater, Kingston asks, "Is it sheep?" So for some reason, when I bought it, that stuck in his head. Because, we were in Wales and then Ireland when I purchased it in Ireland. Why are you staring over there?
I don't know. I just want to make sure I'm looking at the camera. Yeah. I don't want to be staring off. Look like I have a lazy
Anyways,
eye.
you could throw a stone and hit a sheep in Wales and Ireland and Scotland. Mostly Wales and Ireland. And so he connected and we talked about how it was from a sheep when I bought it, and that stuck in his head. So still today, anytime I put on a sweater, is it sheep? But this one is, and now I'm hot because I was freezing earlier. Anyways, welcome to the Wallace Reboot.
Welcome to the Wallace Reboot. What? Us. We.
We.
We're not in France anymore though, but yes.
We. No. Nope, not that either.
Not in Germany.
So we're in Prague.
Yes.
We had talked in Germany. We did a quick 6-month, just basic interview with the kids on New Year's Eve. And we had talked about coming back and doing a little bit more. So
here we are.
We're going to have a
little
chat.
Bit more.
Tam and Wally chat.
Yeah. I don't know if we want to call it Tav Travels, Tam and Wally Travels, but that's what the kids call theirs. So
Tav Travels, yeah. Okay, anyways, so we've now been traveling actually like 7 months.
Yes, 7 months. Yeah.
Is that right?
I think so.
Yep.
That's right.
7 months.
Math.
World's going. Okay, so I thought we should talk about kind of like what we expected and what's super different than we expected first. Mm-hmm. And then go over, let them know kind of the routine we've settled in as far as me with planning and then us on arrival.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Okay, so when we set out, what has met your expectations or what hasn't? Either one or both, whatever you think.
Well, to be honest with you, what has met, I know my expectations, I can't speak for the whole family, but what has met my expectations is basically kind of meeting new people and realizing that people are just genuinely friendly and nice no matter where you're at. You know what I'm saying? You hear all these fears and all these, things about, you don't want to go there because, the people there is just so horrible. I can't believe you're going to travel there. It's like terrible. But at the same time, when we travel to these different places, I mean, they're more loving and welcome than we could even imagine. There's no fear in any of our hearts, and we don't have to fear for our children. So that's what has met my expectations so far.
Yeah.
So.
I said going in that I knew it was going to be regular life, just with a cooler backdrop that was changing. And that's pretty much been it. Like, things are hard. Things are incredibly amazing. And my expectation was that I would love it. And I love it. Mm-hmm. That's where I'm at.
Well, I was going to also add, life is pretty much the same. However, it is a little bit different due to the fact that, when we were at regular life and back home in Washington State, I was at work and the kids were off to school. So we never really saw each other as much as we see each other now. So there are a lot of, I guess, personalities that we have to deal with a little bit more and realizing that, I have to take the time and be a little bit more patient with myself and the kids and the family to realize that, what am I trying to say? Help me out a little bit.
I was just waiting to not interrupt you and tell you to quit talking with your hands so much because you're shaking it, and we have this dumb selfie stick. We don't have a tripod, so it's super shaky. But anyways, what? That it sucks sometimes to be together so much?
It doesn't suck sometimes to be together this much. It's just that we have to change our mindsets and realize that, we're here with each other more than we were before. So to me, it seems like we just have to be a little bit more patient. I think is what word I was looking for, and not as quick to I don't know, maybe jump to conclusions or stuff like that, and hear each other out first before we just basically listen before we speak. I guess is what I was trying to say.
We still get really testy. Certain, like everyone has their moment, but we've also had good moments where, like Makai, will come back and be like, okay, I heard what you said, or we'll have we had that like a couple good conversations in the car where people were getting really irritated. We kind of called someone on it, and then they're like, well, why? And then we explain it, and they're like, okay, I can see that. Like,
that's true.
That's been kind of cool to see.
Yeah, that's true.
And then also, like, him and Taven, I might have mentioned it in other stuff, but like, because he was so bored in Germany and the Wi-Fi sucks so bad that he started playing Minecraft again. And so him and Taven will play together, and then Av got on, and so they all have it on a device. And so
now,
it's kind of cool, though.
Kingston wants to play...
No, Kingston plays Minecraft now, too. Like, I can't play it. It makes me so sick.
Yeah, I think it's too much time wasted, to be honest with you. But hey, if the kids love it and it allows them to broaden their imagination and, open up their eyes, then hey, let them go ahead and do it, I guess. Of course, to a limit.
Okay, so 6 months in. So the first couple of months, like I do all the travel planning. And the first couple of months, like when we were in Wales and in Spain, it was pretty last minute too. And in Wales, like every day, like in the house, they're like, you have 9 days left. Do you know where you're going yet? No. You have 5 days left. Do you know where you're going yet? You have 3 days. Are you freaking out? I'd be freaking out. And I was like, no, that'll work out. We got we had time to move out. We went and stayed with some friends for the weekend. It was time to leave there. And so we found an Airbnb for a few days up further north. And like, it just worked out.
Yeah.
Then so our original plan, let's go over that, was what?
Well, the original plan was, chasing the sun. We were in Spain for about 5 weeks, and we were just going to chase the sun wherever we went.
No car.
Yeah, no car, and just public transportation,
cheapest flight.
Backpack, wherever we need to go. And yeah, that was our original plan.
Then we got to Wales. Which... there was a couple of days.
What happened was, I have to say, it was our 11th wedding anniversary. And we went out and we saw, like, I guess, a castle.
Yeah, it was like
area.
The entrance was like in the parking lot.
Yeah,
like where do you pull up in a parking lot and you look over and there's like this beautiful park and this castle on the hill, like the ruins. It was so
crazy.
Cool.
But it was cool because it was all talking about dragons, and it was like the big theme with the whole egg right there. You had to see the statue of the dragon, and it was really nice. It was very interesting. So, as I think Tam and I were walking, it was like, you hear all these fairy tales about dragons and stuff. What about the Loch Ness Monster and everything like that? That sounds pretty cool, And, that's over in
Scotland. But no, it was also the people in the house kept telling us about all the different places to go see in Wales. And the little bit that we had seen driving, like, with someone to the store or going somewhere where, like, I was dying. It was so beautiful, and I wanted to see more. And it was just, there was just no way. It was so rural where we were, and like there was just not transportation like that, especially for 6 of us. So we ended up going to Bristol, England on the train, bought a car. And then it was like freedom on one hand, because we could now like just throw everyone in the car and go see whatever we want. And it's been great. We've seen a ton. But then like part of me, especially after, I think by the time we got into Scotland to England, I started to feel like itchy, like we're kind of tied down by the car. Like now we can't just hop on the plane and go to the cheapest place, and I want to get to the sun. Like I think, at which I knew, I grew up in Washington State, and I was diehard for Seattle because I grew up on the west side. And then I had moved out of the state for a while, and then when I came back to Washington, I moved to the Tri-Cities, where I was actually born. But if you don't know, there's a mountain range down Washington. So the west side is like you see in the movies, and more wet, and the other side is high desert. And so I realized very quickly that I could not live back on the west side in the gray days. And so the problem with not chasing the sun and being in our car and driving slowly through this part of Europe in the winter and through the UK is that it gets dark at like 3:30, 4 o'clock. Yeah. And it's wearing on. Like I need to get back to the sun. So I think that's part of what is going on. And like, I just need to go. So right now we don't know where we're going next. We're in Prague until February 20th.
Mm-hmm.
And we're hoping we'll be heading to Vienna, outside of Vienna, to visit some friends that are moving from the States.
We'll see what happens.
They're waiting for their visa to get finished up so they can buy their tickets and leave. Like, they're all packed up and ready to go. So hopefully we'll be seeing them. Oh, wow. My hand's getting shaky.
Mm.
Can you hold it still?
I can. Hopefully we'll see what happens.
Just put on your leg and don't shake your leg.
Okay.
Thanks. That was
there
weird.
we go. Oh.
Okay, I'll let that rest. Thanks. So hopefully we'll be seeing them for like a week or so, and then it'll be getting close to time for us to get out of the Schengen zone. So our original plan was go and see like Croatia and I don't know, Romania, Bulgaria, somewhere in there. We met our friend you've probably seen the video already, but our friend from Greece, and he had talked to us about some different routes, and he was like, keep the car, planes are boring, you miss everything from A to B in between.
Sure.
Show your kids the changing landscape, which I love. And so then I'm kind of like, ooh, where could we drive the car? Could we drive the car all the way to Africa? Could we go to Asia? Like, there's some countries in between that I don't know. So basically I'm back to like trying to plan. What I was going to say, though, is a friend recommended, because I was getting kind of stressed out trying to figure that plan out every month, and it was getting to the very end and it was getting stressful. It's a ton of research. Just researching, locations, looking for how much it costs to actually live there, finding accommodations that are affordable, reading tons of reviews, it just takes hours and hours and hours. And so my friend's like, book 2 or 3 months and just sit down one day and just do it all day long and then be done for a few months. And so I did that, and now we're here. And so that got us England, France, Germany, and to Prague.
Yep.
But now it's time for me to start planning again. So I have had a lot of late nights looking, and we're going in some very different directions right now. So I'm not sure where we're going to end up. So we were going to chase the sun, only go on planes. We bought a car. Now we're going by car, and we're mostly stuck in Europe. That's where we're at right now. So with our friends moving, though, we may be able to leave our winter things in our car with them and jump on a plane and just do a different continent and some countries for a while. So we'll see what happens. Could be exciting.
We'll see.
Okay, so I want to tell... Oh, also, okay, we're going to talk about our routine when we get to a country, because that was kind of the planning.
Yeah, that's true.
So what's typically started to happen is... a routine has kind of evolved. We're not super strict with it. But typically what happens is we arrive at our new location, usually an Airbnb.
And usually late at night.
Usually. It's a lot to get packed up, even with so much less stuff. The kids really spread wide during a month. I can't imagine being somewhere 3 months and having to pack them up. So we usually get there. If it is late at night, then we just... if it's super late, we just go to bed. Yeah. If it's not too late, then I try to get everyone to unpack, so I feel like we're living there for the month.
Like early evening, maybe.
Yeah, like and then we'll typically get to the grocery store. But my plan usually is that we'll go out, we'll stop and see something, or check out a park. If there's something free nearby, we can easily see. So we'll kind of see something, then we'll get something to eat. So we don't go to the grocery store starving. Go to the grocery store.
That is important.
Get all our food. And then we'll usually grab something easy, pizzas or something. So we'll go home and unpack everything, unpack all the food, unpack all our stuff, cook an easy dinner, and then we're in.
Because so far, pizza's been everywhere in the world.
Yeah, we'll get to that. That's pretty funny. Okay, so one word or phrase that first comes to your mind when I say Spain.
Spain, hot.
For real. We were in the south of Spain, and it was like a legit heat wave, like that, like the whole summer. And so that was in basically the month of July 2017.
Yeah.
That was our very first stop, and oh Lord, it was hot.
It was hot.
You see our videos, and we're just sweating, tears of sweat going to, it's not tears, it's just sweat. Yeah, it was hot. But I would also say, well, we kind of had some growing pains in Spain, but it's fine. It is what it is.
Yes.
But Spain was interesting to me. I will say child friendly.
Yes, very
That's all
child
I'll say.
friendly. Yes, definitely.
Okay, the main things we ate in Spain.
Dude, hold on.
Pizza.
Yeah, I forgot. It was pizza.
It was pizza and lots of bread. Like,
Yes, oh my gosh.
Don't be offended, Spanish people, but like basically kind of dry baguettes, not the best bread in the world.
Yeah.
With like some
everything.
No, but usually it's just like meat.
Yeah, it was meat. It was
just
meat.
kind of dry.
Yeah.
I didn't love it. And it's like those big crazy porks that hang in the grocery store. I think it might be in one of my video, which they love. I can get with it like crispy.
Yeah.
Fried crispy like bacon almost, but like just the plain is just not for me. Makai liked it. I can't do it. That's usually what's in the sandwiches. So, but lots of pizza, and then we just cooked. We found that there's a few grocery stores that are kind of all over Europe that have an American section. And then also, funny. Like, I cook from scratch a lot in the U.S. anyways, and so I can find,
stuff to
vegetables and meat and, like, bouillon or whatever. I can make pastas and soups and, stuff that you make at home. Mexican food, like American Mexican food's a little trickier. You have to they have packets. Like pre-made packets at some of the places, they do not taste right. Like you have to buy the individual spices and then do it yourself. I don't eat seafood, but the one restaurant we went to with some friends, I tried some shrimp from there. I've never had shrimp that was like that. Like it was like the texture was awesome, the taste was awesome. It was crazy. Like everything you ate seafood wise there was like insanely fresh. Huh?
That is true. That was a nice place though.
Yeah, it was.
With you, yeah.
And then the other thing there that was so good was those deep fried lemon leaves, which those are from the Murcia region where we stayed, like specifically. We get those at the market. So it's a big lemon leaf, and then it was like fried and cinnamon and sugared, and you like would eat the outside fried.
Yeah, you don't eat the leaf. Don't eat the leaf.
So good.
It was.
Okay. What do you think of when I say Wales?
I was gonna say wet, but then I was gonna say unique.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was.
I say
that.
Sheep and green, like so beautiful.
Well, like I said before, it was like a straight postcard scene.
Seriously,
you wake up and you look out at a yurt, and all of a sudden it was like straight. You could put on a postcard. Yeah,
I'll be posting the video soon. I know we're kind of like flip flopped now, but we really wanted to get Christmas out, and then it kind of just led into New Year's and Kingston's birthday. So I'm gonna just get Germany done, and then shortly after you see this, hopefully, then you should start seeing our summer and the things we're talking about right now.
Just a little backtracking.
But we got to get that summer up because you guys got to see all these places we went, like gorgeous. So, and then Wales was like a really new experience for us, and it was our first time with communal living. It was our first time with like festival workers, carnies. They're awesome.
First time in a yurt.
Hippies in a yurt. Like, yeah, it was just a ton of firsts, and but no, it was a good experience. The kids just ran wild. They loved it. It did rain a lot.
It did.
And we made like lifelong friends there. In fact, we were just messaging. Dave and Kate are here in Prague, and we're going to go hang out with them for a few days.
Yep.
And then Julie and her family should be on their way. So you'll see them coming up in the video. So it'll be lots of fun. So it's really cool. Okay. Ireland. What are you saying?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm sagging a little bit there. Hold on. Assist me. I don't know. Ireland, every time I hear Ireland, I just think of Lucky Charms. But
even after living there for 5 weeks or a month?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it was 5 weeks.
Yeah, it was. No, okay, you know what? Was it Ireland where we was at that pub? Mm-hmm. Yeah, friendly. Oh my gosh. Friendly.
Seriously.
Yes, it was
everything
really cool.
They say about the Irish people. 100% true.
Seriously, yeah. It was like
straight up shaky. Yeah. Okay, sorry, you guys. Well, I'll try.
That's better. Yeah.
Yeah, everything they say, like Irish people are beautiful, amazing, friendly.
It was funny because it was like the stuff in the movies. You know what I'm saying? It was like we were at a pub one night for date night, and sure enough, there was daggone people playing instruments up in the pub, and people
like
singing all
like
together
Irish
and
folk
cheering.
Music.
I was like, what the heck?
And there was a fire burning, and I wandered off and found a cat asleep by the fire and picked it up and was petting it. And the people were like, oh, you really like cats, huh? And I was like, that's my Irish. But I was like, yeah, I miss having pets. And they're like, okay. But it was kind of funny. But no, they're super friendly. We sat and chatted. It was a lot of fun. And what else about Ireland?
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
it's just, I mean,
It's just very friendly, yeah.
very friendly, very beautiful still, like Wales, like green and beautiful, but still a little different. Tons of sheep, of course. We went on some, like, probably the best tours we've been on were in Ireland, I think, so far. The jail in Dublin.
Yeah, that was good.
And the
really
sheepdogs with North and South. You guys can check that out. I'll try to link the video. I'm not sure I know how to do that yet. That was great.
Okay.
And
Very educational.
the Waterford Crystal.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Like all the best. Like there was amazing tours. Like Ireland has got it down.
Yeah.
Like they know how to do things right. And just driving, like the Cliffs of Moher, like everything you hear about Ireland, like the majestic beauty and why they filmed some of Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and things like that there.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
Seriously.
Like it's insanely beautiful. You gotta go. Okay, Scotland.
Scotland, I guess I'd have to go with the shaggy cow. Because I know that's your favorite, so.
I miss you, boo. So Scotland was super expensive and we could only find places to stay for a shorter period of time. So I think we did a week and a week or maybe 9 days, one of them, I'm not sure. So we did a week in the Highlands. We did just a day in Galway. No, it's not Galway. Glasgow.
Yeah, Glasgow, yeah.
When we got in on the ferry. And that was fun, just trekking around, walking around for a day. And then we went up to the Scottish Highlands and I fell in love. Like, my soul never felt so peaceful as in that cottage in the Scottish Highlands. And then, yes, the shaggy cow and I were best friends. They're beautiful. They're so cute. And then we went to Edinburgh, and I still liked it, but I just wasn't that happy to be back in the city after my soul getting so peaceful up in the Highlands.
Okay.
I don't know that I would love the Highlands, honestly, like full time and through the winter. I don't know, though. Maybe I would. I might be okay not going anywhere and just staying in the cabin with the fire, the cottage.
See, I apologize. I was sitting there thinking. That's why I was looking away. But I was trying to remember, where was it that we met Femke? Was it
Ireland?
Ireland? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Down south,
Yeah,
West
sorry.
Ireland.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, that was lovely, Ireland. Yeah, very, very lovely people. Yeah.
They were awesome.
They really...
We'll link that Airbnb too.
Had fun with the kids.
Then you've got to go see.
Yeah, seriously.
Harold and Femke. Amazing.
Woke up in the morning, kids waking up, and they
With
definitely
animals
ran
and
down to the main
so
house,
cool.
and the host there, they went ahead and took them on a little feeding tour. So every morning they would wake up and I think they would feed the cat first and then the dog first, and they would
chicken and the goats,
all go around the routine,
the
donkeys, and then the sheeps, I think.
But not just that, like they were just genuinely awesome people. You know, you just meet people and you just vibe and you're just like, you guys are cool.
Yeah.
And all the reviews are like talking about that. Like they're just cool people.
Yeah, they are. Sorry, I didn't mean to backtrack.
Yeah.
I just was thinking, couldn't remember. So yeah.
Okay, Scotland. Anything else? Edinburgh, Harry Potter. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did a walking tour. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was nice. That was really nice.
Met a great homeschooling group. They burnt Guy Fawkes in the fire. We could get these videos up.
That was interesting.
We did a lot of great stuff. Okay, so I love Scotland. The people are really cool there too, though. The accents, though. Wales and Scotland, like, parts of Ireland, the accents get super thick, but I don't understand everything they say. But a few times, man, I was like,
they spoke really fast.
Yeah. And people in Scotland were super friendly at church too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They were in Ireland too.
It was like a small church too.
It was tiny. Okay, we digress. Okay, England. We stayed in the very, very south in Brighton. So, England.
See, when I hear England, I just think of family because I have family in Middlesex area. When I was 12,
we had a reunion.
Yeah, it was.
It was amazing.
That was amazing.
You guys are watching. We love you.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
So it was so awesome. We can't wait to post some of that.
And the whole crew. Appreciate that.
It was awesome.
It was like I was back at my grandmother's house.
I know, and I just felt like just instantly at home. Like we got fed amazing. Kingston did his first food dance. Yum, 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 as he's shoveling food in his mouth. It was so funny. England for me, I think of just stuff to see. Like it's never ending. Go and buy either the National Treasury thing or the English Heritage. We did English Heritage, but there's so much to see. You could live their entire life and never see everything in England. Like, seriously. It's nothing but historical sites and amazing things to do, amazing things to see. Like, London would take years, like, alone. Like, there's just stuff everywhere. Bath, like the Roman baths.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes. See, and that's
Stonehenge.
why,
Like, it's incredible.
When you mentioned about, was it Ireland? We did some of the good tours. See, I couldn't say that, even though Ireland did have some good tours. But then when you talk about Stonehenge and the Magna Carta.
Those were cool, really cool places.
To me,
those were
like,
amazing.
wow,
but we didn't do like a full-on tour.
No, we didn't.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking. But yeah, like, there's been amazing stuff to see everywhere. But yeah. The stuff in Ireland, in England, everywhere. It's all amazing.
Seriously.
But yeah, the Magna Carta, I've been posting on Instagram lately. If you guys don't follow us, go follow us there. And because I'm super behind. No Wi-Fi is awesome. I need to get like an automatic posting thing. I'm just not that cool, you guys.
Yeah, we'll see.
So yeah, that cathedral was amazing, and the Magna Carta is fascinating. I didn't even know anything about it. So it was very eye-opening. It was very cool. You guys should look it up. Or just wait for me to get that video up. It should be within the month.
Yeah, we're getting there soon enough.
And also in England, I think of my friend Lisa. I gotta go the shops.
Family, once again. It was
so
all about
cool.
family. Yeah.
My Facebook friend. If you watch the video, I have actually already posted that video of us leaving England and going through the Eurotunnel, so you can hear the story there. But we got to meet up for the first time, even though we've been friends for like 10 years. So it was really cool. Okay.
All through a Facebook game.
Yeah. Sims. Okay, France.
See, and I guess it was like bucket list. And when I say bucket list, I'm thinking of our daughter. Because she always wanted to go to France when she was, 3?
Taven, who's almost 10.
Yeah, she's 10, and we got to go to the Eiffel Tower. And I remember before Tamara was saying that, well, maybe when you graduate high school and stuff like that, we'll go ahead and go there.
Me and her.
She's not even up to middle school yet, and we already been to Paris.
Paris, yeah. When I think of France is like extreme highs and lows when I think of France. Like, I think of culture shock, feeling like the French have the stereotype they have for a reason. I'm sorry. Louis and Celia, I love you guys.
Yes.
And there's great people in France. We met really, really, really nice people at church.
Oh, yes.
But like overall, you know what I mean? Like overall in Ireland, the people are nice. In England, you get a mix, you know?
Yeah.
In France, they're not the nicest. I'm just gonna say it. Yeah. So I had some culture shock in France, and then difficulties with the ATM cards, and difficulties, it was stressful.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Grace came, and the stress ramped up, not because of Grace, but because we had just got to Paris, and it was time to get to Disneyland and trying to get all the logistics figured out. Holy cow, it was stressful. We couldn't get tickets for the Eiffel Tower, and I was freaking out that was going to ruin Taven's life, and yeah, I was stressed. And then we went to Disneyland, and it just all worked out, and it was beautiful. Like the highs, it was so fun. Like not long enough with Grace, but so good. Like they stayed up way too late talking. We were exhausted the next day, each day, but it was so good to catch up. We love you, Gigi. And Disneyland was just smooth and fun, and it was Disney magic, and so it was just a huge high. So then I loved France for that. Germany.
Rules. That's all I'm going to say is rules.
Strict.
Seriously.
The people, strict, I guess. There's nice
majority.
people.
Yeah.
But they have a different viewpoint on things than we're used to, collectively. Of course, there's individuals in all of this. This is just our naive first impression as Americans growing up solely in America. We're not trying to be offensive. We understand that it's a narrow view.
Yes.
But just for other people, maybe from the U.S. or just in general, are interested, we thought we'd share our first impressions and our overall impressions after being there for 4 to 5 weeks in each place. Except for 2 weeks in Scotland. Okay. But, Germany was interesting for us. It was our first kind of eye-opener of I guess we do have some freedoms in the U.S. that we took for granted,
Definitely.
Poor Kingston couldn't see Star Wars, even though it's a Disney movie.
Even though he already saw the other one. So.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyways, Germany, and then our Airbnb was totally fine. Like,
yeah,
people around the world would love to live there. Like a nice little apartment. Older, it was fine. We have no issue with that. Small, we're used to that. It was fine.
Yeah.
Just little tweaks. It hadn't been rented out for a long-term rental, for a month rental before. And so things that they hadn't thought of. And like, we were kind of like, what about this? It says that. Anyways.
Yeah.
It all was fine and it worked out.
We made it work.
We made it work and it was fine. It was
washing
nothing.
clothes in the bathtub. You can see that video too.
He did. Yeah, that should be posting, and he did. So it was strange. So I got the cheapest place that I could get, rate-wise, because we're on a budget and we want to keep going. And it ended up being basically a it wasn't a ski resort. It was a resort area though. Like it was where Germans come to vacation in the winter and go skiing. Although we didn't really have snow. They said they were just having a really weird winter. And then so then not that many people actually like lived there. It was like a vacation.
One or two
towns.
might have, but yeah.
And so we still met great people. We had a hard time getting to church. We didn't go to church when we were there. We went when we were in Munich.
Yeah. So that snow.
Yeah, so it was different. It was like, it was harder to get to things. Things were more spread out. And the people that were there were kind of on vacation, coming and going. So we didn't really connect with anyone like we have in other places, except for at the pub. Like, we made friends with Goran. Goran, if you're watching.
We weren't drinking, but yeah.
Yeah, we weren't drinking, but we went to listen to the live music and ate the most...
phenomenal.
Oh, the best meat I've ever had in my life. Okay, I'm shaky, sorry.
And met a talented individual. Very talented.
Musically talented. That video. Yeah, anyways, all this German stuff you'll see and you'll hear all about. Okay, now that we've been gone and processed a little bit, I just need to give a little more love to Germany. I feel like we might have been a little hard on you. Although we didn't connect with very many local people, we still really loved a lot about Germany. It's beautiful, lots of fairy tale castles. We had some delicious food, and we had a lot of fun. And we saw some really beautiful things. And also, can I just say, driving in Germany, I miss it so much. It is a dream. You guys have it down, like precision driving. Perfection. Anyways, I just had to get a little more love to Germany. If you're watching and from Germany, we love you, and we will totally come back to your country. There's more on my bucket list in Germany that I can't wait to see. Okay, and then we can't really. I guess that's kind of it for now.
Yeah.
We haven't been in Prague long. We've been in Prague a week. So far, I'll just
Beautiful
say fairy
buildings.
tale. Yeah, it
Seriously,
looks like a fairy tale.
Yeah.
So that's our first half of a year traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to run back to the U.S. or keep going?
Keep going. Definitely. Full force. I love the fam back in the States.
A year's not going to do it.
Nah, I got to keep going. Got to keep going. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I miss some of my friends at home and home. We don't have a home base. Like, we really don't. We're
homeless.
Home free.
Very homeless.
We're home free. We'll say home free.
Yeah, okay.
Because we met some awesome homeless on Saturday, and I feel kind of bad using that term now.
That is true.
We are home free, baseless nomads. And
there you go.
We are liking it, and there's a whole lot more to see out there. Man. Do we have any, I don't know, goals or anything that we're expecting in this next year, like in 2018, like this year of travel coming up? Or do we kind of expect it to be the same, just different experiences and new places, basically?
I say basically the same.
We kind of have it down.
Different places.
We're working on the word schooling and having more of a schedule for the kids, and that seems to be going well. And then we get out and do our excursions, and that's great. So just more of that and figuring out where we're going to go. Who knows where we'll go? We hope you guys will stay along for the journey and see where we go. And if you have any suggestions or hookups for great rentals or anything like that, leave them below.
Yep. Any recommendations, let us know.
Yep. So comment, subscribe, hit the notification, the bell, so you know when we put up a new video.
And like.
That's it. We love you guys.
All right, love you.
And that's it.
All right, Wallace, we boot out.